Good morning to all and welcome to the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Today's editorial is all about recognition to ASHA workers of India and polio workers of Afghanistan. They got recognition from the World Health Organization, and there are some important words you can learn from today's editorial. Let us start the session with editorial vocabulary. What is the first word? Remuneration. Remuneration goes with the workplace. It goes with formal English, part of speech noun. Money paid for work or a service. Someone does work, someone offers a service, then we pay the amount, the money is paid. That is known as remuneration. I'm sure you guys know this. And the part of speech is a noun. Pecking order, we have got this for the first time. Pecking order, again part of speech noun. A hierarchy. Hierarchy means top to bottom. Hierarchy of status seen among members of a group of people or animals, originally as observed among hens. Among animals, especially hens. So, what is this pecking order? A hierarchy of status, top to bottom, among members of a group of people or animals. But in this context, obviously, it goes with people, society. Trickle down. This goes with wealth and money. It's a phrasal verb. Trickle down, we can also use words like impact, effect, or the benefits. Gradually benefit the poorest as a result of the increasing wealth of the richest. Initially, the rich become wealthy, then slowly it goes down to the downtrodden people or underprivileged people. Then we use the expression trickle down. The benefits have trickled down. An example. It's a phrasal verb. Commendable, an important word, part of speech, adjective. So, what does it mean? Commendable job, commendable work, deserving praise. You can also think of praiseworthy, deserving praise, commendable. Usually it goes with work or job. Doffing, a new word we have got for the first time. It's a verb. Take off. Take off means what? Remove. Or raise one's hat as a greeting or token of respect. In this context, token of respect. Rung. If you take a ladder has horizontal things for support. So rung, those are known as rungs, singular rung. Rung, part of speech noun, a horizontal support on a ladder for a person's foot. Using a rung, each rung you go up when you use a ladder. But in this context, it means the layer, different layers of a hierarchy. Convergence, usually this goes with ideas, things. It also goes with rivers, water bodies. Part of speech, noun. Converge, verb. Convergence, noun. The fact that two or more things, ideas, become similar or come together. More than similar, come together. Then we use the word convergence. Harass is a verb. Harassment, noun. Aggressive pressure or intimidation. Intimidation, an important word. What does it mean? Opposite of convergence, divergence. Intimidate means to frighten someone using power, authority, money, language, any of these. Harassment, usually it goes with, I'm sorry to say this, it goes with officials, it goes with police. Aggressive pressure or intimidation. Intimidation, an important word. Confer, usually it goes with, oh, who is this? Madhavi. Wish you a happy birthday, many happy returns of the day. Have a nice day, and all the best for your future. Confer, grant a title, degree, benefit, or right. Also, award. It goes with awards. Confer an award, an important word. And fraught with, I think we got yesterday or day before yesterday, fraught with of a situation or course of action filled with or likely to result in something undesirable. It has a negative connotation. Fraught with means what? Filled with dangers or risks. Peril, an important word. I'm sure we have got, but not in the recent past. Part of speech noun, peril singular, perils plural. Serious and immediate danger. Peril means danger. Outstanding, outstanding worker, outstanding work means what? Exceptionally good. Cheerleading, I'm sure you guys know. I think we got yesterday or day before yesterday. Cheerful. Cheerful means a happy and smiling. And cheerfulness, it also talks about being optimistic, optimism and positive attitude. Cheerleading, a different meaning altogether. A sport involving the performance of organized cheering, chanting, and dancing in support of sports team at matches. You all know this. Cheer girls, a particular representing a particular team. When they play well, the cheer girls with a cheerleader, they try to encourage by shouting, dancing, cheering, chanting, doing all these things. Crescendo we have got for the first time. The highest point reached in a progressive increase of intensity. Whenever you come across new words, completely new for the first time, try to allot or maintain a separate notebook and try to spend some time and try to make your own examples and revise regularly. Otherwise, not easy to remember. No one can remember new words like crescendo, doffing, not easy to remember. Now let us go to the editorial. How does it start? Serving those who serve. It is not easy to understand, but when you read the next one, you can easily make out. Serving those who serve. There are people who serve, and we serve those people. In that context, we say serving those who serve. The context is all about ASHA workers and polio workers of Afghanistan. What is the main idea of this editorial? Health workers need better remuneration and safety guarantee, not just awards. It's all about health workers. And the editorial says health workers need something. What do they need? They need better remuneration. An important word. Remuneration means what? Money paid for work or a service. These health workers need better remuneration and safety guarantee. Two things are there. One, because in Afghanistan, they were shot dead, the polio workers. One thing, they need better remuneration, more money should be paid for the service. And besides that, safety guarantee, their lives are very precious, important. Safety guarantee, not just awards. By giving an award, it is not enough. They should get or they should be paid better remuneration, one thing. And safety guarantee is also equally important. This is the main idea. And based on that, the editorial has been written. Recognition, generally, the editorial, the first two sentences talk about these are general statements. When it comes to recognition, where is it? Usually, it is at the top. The top people get the recognition. Usually, those at the lowest rung, they don't get the recognition. Recognition very often goes to those at the top of the pecking order and stays there. It does not trickle down. There is one important word, pecking order. This is considered one idea. Pecking order, a hierarchy of status seen among members of a group of people or animals originally as observed among hens. But here we can take people, hierarchy, status at different people at different levels. So it's a general statement which says recognition very often, quite often, goes to those at the top of the pecking order and stays there. Imagine there is a hierarchy, one below the other. Usually the recognition goes to the top and it stays there. The sentence talks about that. Credit seldom trickles down. Seldom means rarely. Credit in this context means recognition. Rarely trickles down, an important phrasal verb. Trickle down means to go down, gradually benefit or reach the poorest as a result of the increasing wealth of the richest. Credit seldom trickles down to the worker at the bottom. Rarely it goes down to the worker at the bottom. If you take the hierarchy, we have different rungs, different layers, different levels. These two sentences talk about general statements. Usually, recognition goes to the top and stays there. It does not trickle down to the worker at the bottom, or the lowest rung. Now it provides the actual context. The World Health Organization's act of recognizing India's ASHA. It is an acronym. What is the meaning of, or what is the difference between an abbreviation and an acronym? Abbreviation means you take the first letters from different words and you try to pronounce every letter. For example, BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation. Here I have pronounced every letter, taken from each word the first letter. So abbreviation. What is an acronym? You take the first letters of different words and you form a word. You don't pronounce every letter. Here we don't say ASHA. We simply say ASHA. ASHA workers. ASHA pronounced as a word, then it is called an acronym. The World Health Organization's act of recognizing India's ASHA. What do the letters stand for? Accredited Social Health Activists and the polio workers of Afghanistan is an attempt to right that wrong. Usually, I'm sure you guys know right, wrong, these are adjectives. But here, right has been used as a verb. So, this act of recognizing two groups, one ASHA workers of India, the other polio workers of Afghanistan, it is nothing but an attempt to right that wrong, to correct that mistake. What does it mean? Correct that mistake. What is that mistake? Recognition always goes to the top people. It does not trickle down to the bottom, the worker at the bottom. But by recognizing the workers at the bottom, you're correcting that. It means the same thing. It is a rare and commendable doffing. There are two words which are very important. One word, commendable, an important word they've given many a time in different competitive exams. Commendable means what? Deserving praise, praiseworthy, something that is usually it goes with work, job, commendable work, commendable job. Doffing, doff is a verb. Take off or raise one's hat as a greeting or token of respect. In this context, token of respect. It's a rare and commendable doffing of the hat for workers at the bottom of the rung. The same thing, workers at the bottom of the rung. A rung is it's a noun, horizontal support on a ladder for a person's foot, and gives credit where it is due. They deserve the credit, so the sentence says it is recognizing the workers at the bottom of the rung, one thing, and giving credit where it is due. They deserve the credit, and credit goes to them. So you're recognizing those people. It is like giving credit where it is due. When World Health Organization Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus announced the names of six global health leader awardees at the opening session of the World Health Assembly, over 1 million ASHAs and 8 volunteer polio workers found themselves being counted amidst people leading from the front. So at the time of the announcement, six global health leader awardees at the opening session of the World Health Assembly, over 1 million ASHAs. How many ASHA workers are there in our country? 1 million. And 8 volunteer polio workers found themselves being counted amidst an important word you have got many a time. What does it mean? In the middle of, leading from the front. The other awardees, then it talks about different people who got the awards. The other awardees are Paul Farmer, co-founder of the NGO Partners in Health, Ahmed Hankir, a British Lebanese psychiatrist, Ludmila Sofia Oliveira Varela, a youth sports advocate, and Yohei Sasakawa, World Health Organization's Goodwill Ambassador for Leprosy Elimination. Dr. Tedros, who picks the awardees himself, said that the award recognizes those who have made an outstanding contribution to protecting and promoting health around the world. So there's one important word, it's not complete the sentence, but here let me give the meaning of the word outstanding. Outstanding means exceptionally good. And this is in recognition of the contribution by those people. Dr. Tedros, who picks the awardees himself, said that the award recognizes those who have made an outstanding contribution towards what? to protecting and promoting health around the world at a time when the world is facing an unprecedented convergence of inequity, conflict, food insecurity, climate crisis, and a pandemic. There is one word here, uh, convergence. Usually it goes with ideas, no doubt, but it also goes with water bodies. Convergence means what? The fact that two or more things or ideas become similar or come together, more like coming together. So this happened at a time when the world is facing an unprecedented, we have got this word many a time, never seen before, never happened before, unprecedented convergence of inequity, conflict, food insecurity, climate crisis, and a pandemic. All are negative things. The Ashas were honored. This is an important thing. The Ashas, here, the Ashas representing the group, were honored for their crucial role in linking the community with the health system to ensure those living in rural poverty can access primary health care services. So, the role, it talks about their role, it is linking the community with the health system. That is a major role they play to ensure, why should they do that? To ensure those living in rural poverty can access primary health care services. These workers, all women, and all these workers are women. These workers, all women, faced harassment and violence for their work during the pandemic, well documented in the media, means covered by the media. And there's one word over here, harassment, means what? Aggressive pressure or intimidation. Usually it goes at the workplace, harassment at the workplace, and police harassment sometimes. It's a general statement. Harass means to trouble, to put a lot of pressure and intimidate. Intimidation, an important word. What does it mean? To frighten. While the pandemic rewrote the rules, creating danger where mere routine existed, working at the time of the pandemic, when pandemic was in its peak, definitely fraught with risk or danger. While the pandemic rewrote the rules, creating danger where mere routine existed, it must be stressed that in general, their job, which takes them into difficult to reach places and hostile communities, I should have brought this in red, hostile. We have got this word, hostile means what? Antagonistic, showing some sort of enmity. Hostile communities confers a measure of privations. I should have brought this also in red. Let me tell the meaning of the word confer. Confer means grant a title, degree, benefit, or right, an award. Confer, but in this context, confer a particular thing, a measure of privations. Privation has nothing to do with being private. Privation means experiencing poverty and experiencing lack of the basic essential things. A measure of privations, an important word. So this talks about generally ASHA workers, what sort of problems they are exposed to. One, difficult to reach places. Not no, they don't have easy access, difficult to reach places, and they have to face hostile communities, antagonistic, and hostile also means enmity. And it confers a measure of privations, lack of food, lack of essential things. Even as they contribute to better health outcomes, this workforce continues to protest across the country for better remuneration, health benefits, and permanent posts. They have been contributing a lot. At the same time, continues to protest. They continue to protest. The workforce means all the ASHA workers. The workforce continues to protest across the country for what? For better remuneration, health benefits, and permanent posts. Their demands rather. The eight. Now it comes to the other one. One ASHA workers of India, the other polio workers of Afghanistan. The eight volunteer polio workers of Afghanistan, four of them women, were shot and killed by gunmen in Thakar and Kunduz provinces in February 2022. Their work was crucial in a country where wild polio virus type 1 is still circulating. Unfortunately, they were shot dead and killed by gunmen in two different places in Afghanistan in February 2022. And what was their work? Their work was crucial, important in a country where wild polio virus type 1 is still circulating. It is still there. World Health Organization recorded. Clearly, certain kinds of basic public health work are fraught with perils in several continents across the world. They talked about the dangers associated with health workers or go with public health work. Clearly, certain kinds of basic public health work are fraught with. We have got this many a time. Fraught with means what? Filled with a situation or course of action, filled with or likely to result in something undesirable. Fraught with usually takes words like risk, danger. In this context, the writer, the editor has used perils. Peril means danger. Noun, peril singular, perils plural. Serious and immediate danger in several continents across the world. It is the duty of the governmental agencies that employ them to ensure their welfare, safety, and security. Obviously, they are trying to provide a service. It is a duty of governmental agencies that employ them to ensure their welfare, safety, and security. All the three are very important. How does the editorial end? While cheerleading, a sport involving the performance of organized cheering, chanting, and dancing in support of a sport team at matches, but here appreciating. While cheerleading about the award, appreciating, and these people have been recognized, appreciating that. While cheerleading about the award is rightfully reaching a crescendo, crescendo, an important word, means what the highest point reached in a progressive increase of intensity. What matters is how the Indian government serves its last mile health workers who are its feet on the ground once the dust raised by their unexpected recognition has settled down. So it ends on the note we have to wait and watch how the government is going to serve these people, ASHA workers, once this euphoria or the excitement or the pleasure of getting recognized settles down, once the dust raised by their unexpected recognition has settled down. So we have to wait and watch. That's all about the editorial. Based on the editorial, a few comprehension related questions to test your comprehension skill, enhance your comprehension skill based on the editorial. What is this editorial about? You may get something like this in prelims or mains as a passage. That way it is important. Where does recognition often go? Now, important in the sense, after the pandemic, anything related to public health, definitely important. Take it for granted. You may get a passage related to public health. And based on that, the reason for that, people suffered a lot last 2 years and courtesy, the pandemic, anything related to public health, definitely important. You may get as a passage either in prelims or mains. Where does recognition often go? Recognition often goes somewhere. Where does it go? Easy to answer. What is an attempt to right that wrong, to correct that mistake in the context of the editorial? Who found themselves being counted amidst people leading from the front? Who found themselves being counted in the middle, amidst means in the middle, surrounded by people leading from the front. The Ashas were honored for what? They have been honored for what? Easy to answer. As of now, you cannot get the editorial PDF. You will have to wait for some time. Please go to the last slide. Enrich your word power. Edit. We cannot go back, Prasads. I will do it from tomorrow, don't worry. Enrich your word power edit based on editorial vocabulary. Please look at the words and try to get the meanings. Remuneration, part of speech, noun. What does it mean? No, no, you can, as of now, you cannot get the PDF. You have to wait for some time. You will have to wait for some time. Remuneration, Not only remuneration, they have to take care of their safety and security. There are three dimensions: one, remuneration, safety, security. Other factors also matter. So, money paid for work, answer is C. Trickle down phrasal verb, gradually benefit the poorest. Answer is E, not G. Second one is E. Commendable work, commendable job. Adjective, obviously. Praiseworthy or deserving praise. Yes, G is the answer. This is a verb, a new word we have got. Please wait for some time. All these you will get sooner or later. You have to wait with your fingers crossed. So it is a verb. What does it mean? Take off your hat as a mark of respect, not greeting in this context as a mark of respect. J is the answer. A rung, part of speech noun, it goes with a ladder. Horizontal support, answer is A. In this context, a particular level that goes with the hierarchy. Convergence, noun, two or more things come together or become similar or come together. More come together. So what is the answer? Sixth one. B is the answer. Very good. Perfect. Harassment. Harass is a verb. Harassment, noun. What does it mean? Aggressive pressure or intimidation. Usually it goes at the workplace, sometimes outside workplace. Confer, verb. Grant a title, award. In this context, award. Grant an award, title, etc. F is the answer. Fraught with. Fraught is an adjective. Filled with means what? Filled with risks or danger. D is the answer. Peril, part of speech noun, an important word. What are you left with? Serious or immediate danger. Serious or immediate. Yes, yes, I will do that. Please wait a couple of days, before a few days, not more than that. Because of a personal emergency, I am not able to do certain things which I usually do. But a few days, couple of days, I will be in a position to do. You have to wait with your fingers crossed. That's all for today. I hope you guys have got enriched. Thanks for being with me till 8:28. Have a nice day. Do remember to subscribe and share. Also join the Telegram group. All that you have to do, go to after the session, go to the description of the video and click on the link. I have already given trickle down means go down or reaching a particular group. That also 2 or 3 days, not more than that. Most probably today you may get information regarding the new courses, Nayak, today or tomorrow, if not at any cost. And do remember, after this, there is a session 8:45, bank exams, important questions. Join that session. It is going to help. All the questions based on